Hey guys, and welcome back. To get all of our NBA picks, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, link down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Heading into today's action for Friday, October 20th, we're going to be talking about this contest here between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Cleveland comes into this one as about 2 to 2.5 point favorites, with the over-under set at about 210 points. Interestingly enough, both these teams standing 1-0 on the year, both getting their wins respectively against the Boston Celtics. Cleveland coming through on their home court by a final of 102 to 99. Of course, that was the game that Gordon Hayward went down. So getting that win by just 3 points, considering the fact that Boston was without one of their big acquisitions in the offseason, doesn't look quite as impressive for Cleveland. But then Milwaukee going on the road into Boston, going in there and beating the Celtics by a final of 108 to 100. Of course, Hayward not playing in that outing as well, but the Bucks doing it on the road in very impressive fashion, outscoring the Celtics by 12 points in the fourth quarter to go on to get that 8-point win. Two teams that we certainly expect to be playoff teams. Cleveland probably going to be about the 1 or 2 seed in the East, while the Bucks probably going to be more in that 4 to 5, maybe even 6 range in the East. Very weak Eastern Conference. Once you get past about the first 3 or 4 teams, the Bucks are probably in that best of the rest scenario below teams like Cleveland, a healthy Boston team, the Washington Wizards, as well as the Toronto Raptors. But the Bucks can even challenge potentially teams like Washington and Toronto, just depending if they continue to improve as a team, with a lot of young guys that have been growing together over the last few seasons, and certainly looking to take that next step this year. So Cleveland in that matchup against Boston in that 3-point win. It was really the LeBron James show. He did a lot of good here for the Cavaliers, going on to score 29 points, grabbing 16 rebounds, 9 assists, and his role now as the clear-cut best player on this roster. Of course, we've always felt that James is that way, but when Kyrie Irving was on the Cavaliers, some were thinking that Kyrie Irving, he's the guy that takes all the big shots. He's just as important to the team as LeBron, but now nobody can say that anymore. It's LeBron's show, and he's brought in some veterans to try to help him, guys like Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade. Also, we really like the addition of Jay Crowder, kind of one of the under-the-radar acquisitions from Boston in that trade for Kyrie Irving, but think that he can do a lot of positive things in this lineup, especially with his versatility. It could take a little while, however, for Cleveland to get everyone heading in the right direction, considering the fact that they've brought in so many new pieces. And whenever you do that, it just takes a little bit of time, usually, to get everyone heading in the same direction, everyone to get comfortable with each other, bringing in this many new faces. And also another thing that we were a little bit concerned about with Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade being in this starting lineup for Cleveland are these are two typically high-volume shooters that aren't very efficient, and we saw that in Game 1 as Rose and Wade combined to make just 8 of 24 shots, extremely inefficient. And if these guys continue to be larger volume shooters and shoot very low percentages, it's going to have a big negative impact on this Cavalier squad. However, LeBron James, of course, Mr. Efficient himself, went on to make 12 of 19 shots. So some really good stuff coming from LeBron in that outing. However, the three-point shooting was also a bit of a concern for the Cavaliers, making just 5 of 22 three-point attempts. LeBron went 1 for 5, Crowder went 1 for 5, Love went 1 for 4. So some really poor three-point shooting coming out of Cleveland in their opener. They're going to have to be better in this one on the road if they're going to go ahead and potentially win this one. So the Bucks in their 108 to 100 and win. Giannis Antetokounmpo looked incredible. He's becoming one of the best players in the NBA. He went on to score 37 points on a very efficient 13 of 22 shooting. Also, his free throw shooting was looking a little bit better, making 11 of 13 free throw attempts. Also going on to grab 13 rebounds. So some really strong stuff there coming out of Antetokounmpo in that winning effort for the Bucks. And this is just a really intriguing Milwaukee Bucks lineup. They have a lot of young athletic guys that have very long length and can be very disruptive on the defensive end. Guys like Maker, Middleton, Antetokounmpo, Snell. Certainly guys that can do a lot to force the opposing team's offense into some uncomfortable situations, given all the length and athleticism that the Bucks have. So we're very interested in seeing how this one goes, and just exactly how much Cleveland takes this contest seriously. They had a lot more on the line and wanted to prove probably a bit more in that opener against Boston with Kyrie Irving coming into town. That's not going to be the case as much in this one, and also LeBron still dealing right now with some injury concerns. He's probable for this one, but he might be limited in some sense given that, and also, of course, Isaiah Thomas still being out for Cleveland as well. So you take everything into consideration. That Milwaukee crowd is going to be very hyped and wanting their team to show that they can get the job done against what many believe is the best team in the East. And when you add it all up, we feel like Milwaukee is going to put together a strong performance. Getting these 2 to 2.5 points feels like a pretty solid value bet. So we're going to take the home team today, siding with the Milwaukee Bucks here with the points as our NBA pick video play. And again, guys, to get all of our NBA pick content, you can check that out over at stumpthespread.com. Linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button to continue to get all of our pick video plays. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.